feels like nowadays every YouTuber that has more than 1,000 subscribers has been outreached to by all of your competition. And I'm gonna be honest, that statement might hold some truth to it, but it's not as bad as you think. There are editors like me that have the problem of too many clients, and we have to constantly send them to all of our fans because we cannot work with all of them. And these editors think differently, and let me explain what I mean by that. I coach a lot of editors and I have a very unique perspective on it. Almost no one has the same experience I have, coaching lots of editors, knowing what works, what doesn't, and having multiple years in this industry. And there seems to be a stark difference between two types of editors, and I'm gonna explain each type and tell you how to know which one are you. The types are watchers and action takers. And of course you've heard that before, like, oh, I get it, watchers and people who take action, so I gotta take action, whatever. You don't actually understand what I mean by it. Now, I see this firsthand because I coach a lot of editors and I see a lot of editors come and go. Most editors are automatically in the watcher category. So these are editors who ask for advice and watch videos like this that are free on YouTube, and every now and then think about, oh, how am I gonna raise my prices? But they never take actual action long term and make any like big changes. I've given a lot of action steps recently to a lot of editors. It's just something that I do to make sure that it's super easy for them to follow the advice. Now, I'm not talking about vague advice, I'm talking about do this and then this and then this and then this. Most of them just do nothing about it, and what they do is they go and ask people who are broke about how hard editing is. It's like asking someone who's fat, why are you fat? And they tell you, oh, slow metabolism, the water has fluoride in it, and they give you excuses, and they just use the same excuses not to take action. Now, this may sound obvious, but like, when is the last time that you have done outreach, huh? Because this is something that I make sure that editors I coach one-to-one do, that most editors don't do, is that they don't do any outreach long term. Now, for the editors I coach one-to-one, it's not a problem because I run automated outreach for them. But for most video editors, they have no clients, they outreach for 3 days, and they get with the first client that responds to their DM. Which after you say out loud, you realize how stupid that is. In the same way, these watcher editors always watch videos like this, but they never actually take action on anything, and they never make a switch in their editing where they take it seriously. They just work with the same low-paying client over and over again, hoping for a magical jump in income that will never happen if they stay doing what they're already doing. Because if you're not changing anything and you're working with the same client over and over again, you're gonna wake up next month in the same situation and the month after it in the same situation as well. Now, if this sounds familiar to you, then sorry, you're in the first category. These are the editors that you see on Discord servers complaining about how hard video editing is. Meanwhile, the second type, action takers, they're not even on these Discord servers because they're out there actually investing into themselves and making change. They're not doing the same thing over and over again. So let me ask you this, because most likely you have seen other videos of mine and you want to make $10,000 per month, you want to get paid thousands per video, but you haven't actually invested any time into learning. Now, I want you to realize how ridiculous that is, that you want to get paid thousands per video and you haven't invested time or money into actually learning skills to be valuable. So let me go to the second type of video editors and how they think. And if the first type sounded kind of familiar to you, then you need to learn how to make that switch. There's a quote from Alex Hormozi that I like, which is, you will make way faster progress by just changing when you make decisions from end of month to end of day. These watcher editors take months and years to even take the step of deciding to go all in video editing and actually invest into themselves. Now think about this, because right now in this channel my goal is to help you make $10,000 per month. Everything that I teach in this YouTube channel is like step 1 out of like 100. If you want to be an entrepreneur, and most people watching these channels and most people I talk to, they want to build a long-term future, they want to be rich in the future. And 10K per month is just the first step, but they take a whole year to even decide to go all in on it. Now the difference between that and what I did is that in one day I decided to go full in editing. I watched a couple of channels, found one that I liked, started following action steps and paying like 10 hours a day just thinking about video editing, and I took every chance to learn that faster because I knew that I don't want to spend months and years trying to hit 10K per month. I wanted to get it over with. Now I like to explain this like rowing a boat. If we're trying to go from point A to point B on a boat, there's two things that you need to do. First of all, you need to decide the direction, and then you need to row as hard as you can. Now your direction most likely will not be correct from the start. You will need constant help, you will need to change directions midway, but the things that watcher editors do is that they're always changing directions and they're never actually rowing. They never commit fully to a direction and they never commit fully to rowing. So they keep just sailing by. Meanwhile, the action taker editors do it super simply. They get help, get an action step, and they start rowing to it as fast as possible, and whenever they're closer to it, they reevaluate their plan, decide the direction again, and start rowing again. Now, to make this even simpler, if right now you're not sure if you should outreach or not, if you outreach to like 100 people and then stop for like 2 weeks and then outreach to another 100 people, if you're working with clients and they don't even know if you should work with them or not, and you basically decide what you're gonna price over just making up random numbers, then most likely you're gonna be in the watcher category where you don't actually have any direction. You're just sailing by and changing your direction every 5 seconds. And you never taken a commitment to make a direction change to actually reach where you want to be. The action takers are actually committed. They will do whatever it takes, and like Alex Monzi said, they don't wait to make decisions months and ahead. They make the decisions today and they commit to it. So how much longer do you still want to try to hit 10K per month for? Are you gonna decide to make a change months from now, maybe a year? How many months are you willing to waste before you actually decide to change? Because from all of the things that you could do to earn, the last thing that you should spend is your time. I had a friend of mine that I was talking to. He goes to jiu-jitsu practice with me, and he wanted to join a program. He makes like music or something, and he wanted to join a program to improve his skills. He was giving me information on how the program works, stuff like that, keeping me updated. And then he said like, I don't know man, like I don't want to join right now. I feel like my problem right now isn't the information, it's that I just need more time and then I'm gonna join later on. I told him a belief that I have, which has helped me a lot, which is time is the last thing you should spend. I told him, nowadays you basically cannot get scammed. You cannot join a program and then they don't deliver and you just get scammed. Worst case scenario of the scammers, you can just ask for your money back and they have to give it back to you. They have to. So in the same way of taking decisions from end of month to end of day, should he really wait 3 months to actually join the program and just wait 3 months like that? Or should he join right now and in 2 days if it's a scam, he gets his money back and bounces? This is assuming worst case scenario. Most likely he will join right now and he will do the same exact things that he would have done 3 months from now. But these 3 months, these constant delays are the actual difference between action takers and watchers. And as a video editor, the road is so clear and it's so easy. There's always YouTubers wanting to hire video editors. There are always YouTubers who are expanding their teams. Editors are always quitting or dropping their clients. There's so much demand for video editors that most likely in a year it's gonna get lower. Many opportunities like that never last forever. SMMA didn't last forever. Dropshipping didn't last forever. They end. And the last thing you should ever do is just spend time watching from afar, never making any commitments to anything. That's how we miss big opportunities. And most people watching this channel are young. And I can tell you, as someone who's young as well and trying to make money, I plan on joining a program for $25,000. $25,000. Now, am I gonna make my money back? Most likely over a long enough period of time. But the thing I'm paying for is actually time. I want to shortcut all of the times that this millionaire has taken to earn and just get it all compressed so I can take action on it fast and not spend all of my time watching from afar his free YouTube videos. Is it gonna be a good decision? Who knows? But I'll make it today rather than make it 3 months from now. Because the mindset of a $10,000 per month video editor, the mindset of an action taker, is valuing your time so much that the only thing you care about is earning. If you learn all of the skills, you're gonna make more money. Fundamentally, on a first principle basis, because I don't want to make claims that feel unreasonable, YouTubers have editors. Some of these editors are gonna absolutely suck. They're gonna be unemployed bums. They get paid from these YouTubers and they don't deliver high quality and they don't deliver on time and they don't communicate. By just learning the skills of being better than that bottom 10% editor, you're gonna be able to replace him. If you go to the YouTuber and you deliver on time and you communicate and you have a good portfolio, you're gonna be able to replace that editor. So the money is out there. The only thing that's missing is the skills. And video editing is such a gold mine now that I legit never seen an editor that does everything correctly and not make at least $5,000 per month. Usually what happens is I start working with them, I tell them exactly what to change, they actually change it, and then in 1-2 weeks of automated outreach, they land $1,000 per month clients. It's actually so quick, but on the other hand, it's not gonna last forever. So again, I asked this question, which I have asked to myself a lot throughout my career. How much longer are you okay with staying in the same place before actually taking a commitment? What's the number? Are you okay with 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, a year? What's the number? For the action takers and the people who actually progress, the people that Alex Monzi was talking about, instead of making decisions by the end of the month, they make it by the end of the day and even by the end of the hour. That amount that they're okay with is basically zero, and they take every chance to shortcut, just save any time. They ask themselves, why wait 5 months when I can just spend this month's paycheck to get these 5 months back? They're buying back their time instead of spending it, thinking about it, watching from afar and never actually committing. So again, ask yourself, how longer are you okay with staying in the same exact place? What's the number? Most people will hear all of that and then go back to watching YouTube. If you actually want to save months and years using proven systems that I know work and literally be guaranteed that you're gonna land your highest paying client in 90 days, like it's not even about the rest no more. You're literally guaranteed. Ultimately, if you want to be more of an action taker, click the link in the description. book a one-to-one call. We're gonna assess your situation. I'm gonna go through your portfolio on Twitter and walk through the problems with it, get to know more about you. And at the end, if you don't qualify, then you would be just left with a clear headspace, knowing what to do next, but you actually took a commitment. You actually decided what direction you want to row in, and not just watch from afar blindly. So go click that link to learn more, and good luck.